like to now call up UN Women for Peace Association Special Envoy, Bushra Hayat Joma.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Good morning. Yes. On May 18, 2015, Sarah Al-Amin, a young Lebanese woman, was shot 17 times and killed. Her husband was later arrested and charged with her murder, but it was too late for Sarah. Sarah is just the latest in a growing number of women who are beaten, harassed, and killed to death by their partners. Researchers on women's rights in the Middle East and North Africa say that the levels of domestic violence remain very high. I represent women's rights in a region flaming with instability, but abuse against women doesn't only happen in my region. Violence against women is an issue that is so truly global that it affects people in every corner of the world. It happens every hour of every day. It can happen in your neighbor's home and to the woman sitting next to you at work. The struggles that women are forced to face in Africa, in Asia, and in South America are the very same struggles that are faced here. In the 2 minutes that I stand here talking, more than 13 women in America will be physically abused. In those 2 minutes, 27 phone calls will be placed to domestic violence hotlines across the nation. Any woman, no matter what age, race, or nationality, can face violence no matter where they are. As the Special Envoy of the UN Women for Peace Association, we work to fight against the crimes that are committed against women across the world. We work to fight against the ignorance that leads to the acceptance of these crimes. We work to turn this world into a place in which every woman, man, or child can feel safe. Remember today that as we march, we stand here united, and we can make a difference.
To call up to the podium the president of the National Committee on American Foreign Policy and a former ambassador to the U.S., Ambassador Rosemary DiCarlo.
Thank you. Mrs. Bond, dear Muna, distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be with you today to support our common efforts to combat violence against women. As previous speakers have noted, we hear horrific instances of violence against women around the world. But my country, the United States, is not immune. Violence against women occurs here not only in domestic situations or in situations where women are most vulnerable, but on college campuses throughout this nation. A survey conducted by the Association of American Universities at 27 institutions of higher learning last year revealed that over 11% of respondents and 23% of female undergraduate students reported incidents of sexual assault and sexual misconduct due to physical force, threats of physical force, or incapacitation. These figures are staggering. Such actions are unacceptable anywhere, anytime. There is no justification for violence against women, and we must do something about it. Let's remember, violence against women is not cultural, it is criminal. Thank you.
Of the NYPD Domestic Violence Unit. And a shout out to the NYPD and everyone in uniform here. We salute you. We thank you for keeping us safe. And now I'm going to call up Deputy Chief Juanita Holmes.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Deputy Chief Juanita Holmes. I'm the commanding officer of the New York City's Police Department Domestic Violence Unit. I'd like to begin by acknowledging all of our distinguished guests, as well as a special thanks to the chair of the United Nations Women for Peace Association, Muna Riani El Nasa, for inviting me to speak at this meaningful event. And I would be totally remiss if I didn't acknowledge Catherine Petrie for all of her assistance in helping organize today's event. Reducing violence against women is of the utter importance to the New York City Police Department as we attempt to minimize the following statistics. In 2015 alone, the New York City Police Department responded to over 190,000 domestic violence calls for service. We prepared over 280,000 domestic incident reports. 78% of these victims were women. These numbers are staggering. In addition to this, there were 49 related domestic violence homicides. However, although this is a decrease from 2014, where there were 63, one homicide is one too many. I would like to just close with, the fight for violence against women requires the United Nations Women for Peace Association, as well as the New York City Police Department. But more importantly, it involves all of you standing here today, all of you represented here today. And it begins with you helping with the promoting of awareness and prosecution of offenders locally as well as globally. Thank you.
Did you get your bracelets yet? I just got mine. Right over there. And they're actually really pretty. It's not just philanthropic and humanitarian. It's also fashionable. And now it's my privilege to welcome to the stage actress on CW's network hit show. Ready for it? Vampire Diaries, Kat Graham.
Really incredible. I want to thank all these women and men and everyone for having me. It really is an honor. This is my first March, everyone! I want to read you some thoughts I have. This is really such an amazing turnout, and it sends such a good, powerful signal. It sends the signal that we won't turn a blind eye towards the suffering of women and girls anywhere in the world. It sends the signal that even from the relative comfort and safety of our own corner of the universe, that the universe is small enough that we see the women and we see the girls and we will not let them feel alone or abandoned or that their suffering goes unnoticed. I am proud to be here with the United Nations Women for Peace Association. This is an organization of women for women that takes the opportunity to shine a light on the violence perpetrated against women all over the world and says enough is enough. Women from all corners of the globe, no matter if they face the horrors of war as far away as Syria, or if they are the target of sexual violence right here in the United States. Women for Peace says that no woman should endure such hardships, and we will do everything that we can to put an end to their suffering, right? We have to continue to send the signal to these women that they are not alone. We have to send the signal to those that would harm women, no matter if they are strangers or husbands or fathers or relatives, that we see them and we see what they are doing to women and girls, and it will not stand. We need to send the signal that women are an equal member of society, no matter the country, and should never have to suffer the indignity of being mistreated by men, no matter the culture or practice that might say otherwise. We need to send the signal to women everywhere that might be suffering, that we see you. We see you. We see you. And we will stand with you. And we will never, ever turn away from you. No matter if you are a mother, a daughter, a refugee, or a Westerner, if you are a woman, then you are a beautiful, wonderful, worthy child of the universe, and you deserve respect and protection. And everyone here I know will join me in never ever missing a chance to extend a hand to you and say, how can I help? So thank you for being here to help send the signal that we are all committed to protecting women and girls no matter where, no matter when, and no matter what it takes. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Kat.